Hey guys, welcome back to another day of pack opening. Today is the start of the new season, so we've got new objectives, new SBCs, and most importantly, we've got Icon SBCs. So for those of you who are new to FIFA, Icon SBCs were commonplace before FIFA 19. So EA stopped it in FIFA 20 because they want to make icons more accessible, but it turned out that it didn't work. So they brought it back this year. Okay? But one thing good that they brought back, which is good for us who like to open bronze packs and silver packs, is that they actually brought back the humble beginnings. It's no longer called humble beginnings now; it's now called Born Legend and Rising Star challenges. So this requires 11 rare bronze players and 11 rare silver players to complete. The rewards, of course, were nerfed. So we have 6 silver players if you complete the bronze player pack, and you have um, a jumbo silver pack if you complete the silver SBC. Okay, that's good and bad. Good meaning most people will actually do these SBCs because they're easy to do and they're fairly accessible, and it kind of gives you the feeling that you are starting on this icon SBC even though you're nowhere near having enough coins to get to complete the entire SBC. Okay, so I believe that many people will be attempting these SBCs, so there should be a rise in demand for rare bronze and rare silver players. Okay, um, having said that, this will not translate to an sharp increase in price for rare bronze and silver players, because there is still so much supply going to the market from all the other SBCs. Um, Silvers, yes. For bronze, you may think that there's not many SBCs that's giving out bronze players, but from what I've noticed in the market, everybody and their mothers are opening bronze packs. So there's really a huge oversupply in bronze players, especially the common ones, which makes BPM that little bit less lucrative. Okay, so let's just move on to the pack opening and see how it turns out. Okay, so what I realized in today's pack opening is that many of the common bronze players, they don't meet my requirement of having to have 20 minutes on page 1, so I had to discard most of them. The reason why I had this rule of having 20 minutes on page 1 is so that if you have 20 minutes on page 1, it's most likely that you will have a maximum of 2 to 3 pages of listings. So this means that your listing will not take too long to sell. If you imagine you are 2 minutes on page 1, this means that this card may have 8-9 pages. So when you list, it's going to take a long time for you to sell because the market needs to absorb all that supply. Okay, that's why I stick to my rule very strictly. Even if it's 19 minutes, I still discard the card. Okay, so many of the bronze common cards, they actually failed. They do not meet my criteria of having 20 minutes on page 1. And for the rare bronze players that we packed, the average selling price is actually 350 to 450, but they sell very quickly. So this is what I mean by demand has actually increased, but there is still a very healthy supply of rare bronze players. For the rare bronze players, for those that appeared in the FUBB solutions, they actually went for 950 to 1000 coins, but you don't get that for every pack. Okay, so moving on to silver, I noticed increased pack weights for Saudi players, increased pack weight for French league players, increased pack weight for CONMEBOL players. So I packed all of them in the 10 packs. So that is actually good for silver packs because all these players sell for over 1000, maybe 2000 coins. Because many of the league SBCs, they actually reward silver player packs. So many of the kits and badges, they are actually doing fairly well. I didn't see as much supply as I thought there would be. So that's a good thing as well. The only thing that's really depressed about silver packs is really just the common silver cards, which are going for just 200 base price for most of them. So I personally like the silver packs today. Okay, so moving on to the results. Okay, we spent 4,000 coins to open 10 bronze packs. The profit margin was 2,600 coins. But I had 4 packs out of 10 that actually returned 0 because all the players had to be discarded or kept in card because they had oversupply. So there was just 1 pack that made 3,000 coins that gave us the profit. Without that pack, it would have been a break even. So as you can see, I had to store 14 players. I got quite a bit of Saudi players and some CONMEBOL players. So bronze packs, I think, is underperforming. Of course, if you are really lucky and you pack a lot of rare bronze players, then that will be very good. Moving on to silver player pack, we spent 25,000 coins. We opened 10 packs. Performance was very average. We had only 1 rare silver player. if we had any more rare silver players, I'm sure the profit margin will be higher. Like I said, pack rates, the drop rates for CONMEBOL, Saudi and French players has increased. I've been packing almost close to 0 for the past few days, and I'm getting some of them today. So this actually gave us all the coins we needed. So I'm all for going for silver packs today. Plus, like I said, the supply for popular kits and badges is not as high as I thought, so those will sell as well, especially because now we are actually entering into the weekend. Many people will buy new kits and new badges for the weekend league team. Okay, so for this weekend, I strongly recommend going for silver packs. The only drawback for silver packs is that because you have to list so many items in every pack, it actually jams up the transfer list pretty quickly. So you really have to make sure that you undercut the market so that your cards will sell quickly. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.